This is ALT. Welcome back. Today I am going to show you the drawing commands. I'm not going to cover these commands as I want to just cover the basics for this tutorial. First of all, line. As we see in the previous lesson, we can create line and we can cancel from here. We can create multiple lines and we have various type of coordinate systems. Then we have something called pline. Pline is it's like a line. You can create some lines. It's similar to line, but if you click escape or cancel, you can notice that it is one object. So, for example, if you select from right like this for this one, if you select it like this, I mean like this, it will be selected. If you select like that, it will not be selected. Here, if you select like this, even if you cover a whole line, this one I mean, it will not select because it is one object. So it should be either like this or like this. So it is one element. So here, okay. And in Poline, you can also create. It's not only with lines. You can also draw arcs. For example, here, if I am in Poline command, I can select either from here arc, half width, length, undo width. In half width, I will show you later. But here, let's see what arcs does. It creates arc. And you can select either angle, center, direction, how to draw the arc. So I can create like that and it will continue like this. Okay, like that. And then click, for example, cancel. Here you can notice again that this is one object and this is another object. Now if you click Poline again, by the way, the alias or the shortcut for this is PL, then space or enter. Or you can also click PL, then right click. Okay. Let's do first width. Click W. You can notice that here we have something in I mean in what we call in blue. For example, this one here it's A. So if you click A, it will go for this. If you click H here and then press enter, it will go for half width. If you click L, it will go for length, and similarly if you click Q, it will go for undo, similarly for width. So I will click W, then enter. This then it says specify starting width. For example, if I click 0, then ending width, it will be also 0. Then you can go. So this is the normal thing. If I click again W, then click enter, then specify the first width to be starting width to be 0, then the ending width to be, for example, 5. Sorry. Okay, then 5. Okay, let me do it again. No issue. Line here. So we can see that the width is set now. I can click 0 again. It will return back to 0, 0 again. So this is the normal width. If I want to change, I will click W, then click, for example, 5, then 10. I will select more value, I mean higher value, because that is a little bit small to be noticed. 100, for example, or 50. then 75. Okay. Now you can notice that here is the starting width and here is the ending width. To show you exactly what I mean, finally this one W, and I say then for example 15, then 75. Okay. Now you can notice that this is 15 and this is 75. So this is what is the meaning of width. But here, if I want to set back the width, let me select last point, set back the width to be 0, just click like that and then say 0, 0, and it will return back to its normal condition. Okay, again, half width. Half width, it's like, let me show you here. Sorry, not line, but line. Okay, now I will say half width. Then it will say starting. Okay, then this one. Sorry, not line, line. Then I will select like that, say half width, to 7.5, and again 37. So you will notice that it is the same. So it means that, let me select L, it means from here to here, it's 37.5 approximately. Here you can see, if I come closer, it will be like this, 37.5. Okay, that means it should be half width. If it is total width, I mean, if I click width, it should be approximately, or here should be not the other center. Now also the polyline, there's undo as a line, and just like I said before, half width and width. Width, it means it's like the thickness from end to end, while half width is from center to one of the ends. Now for the circle, I create this drawing to show you how to use that circle command. First, we have here the recent one which we use. For example, if I click this one, the recent one will be this one. So I will click, for example, center radius. Then this, it will say specify the center of the circle. So I will select this to be the center of the circle. Then it says specify the point, I mean the radius, how much radius you want. So I want the radius to be 500. So if I select this point as the first, I will select this point as the second. Or I can enter 500 simply, and it will be okay. I mean, if I want to select the center of the circle and create 500, it will create the same circle. So here I can specify one point and that's it, then the radius. The other method or the other way to create circle is center diameter. In this case, I will select the center first, so it will be here the midpoint. Then I will go for, if I go like this, it will create a circle with a 500 diameter, not a radius. So it will, here the diameter is 1000. Here, if the distance from the center to this point is 500. So if I want to draw, I should go for 1000. To do that, I can enter manually. I say 1000 here, then click enter. Or another method, I can create a line from here to here with a 1000 length from the center of the point which I want. So I will specify this point as the center and then go 1000. I hope it's clear. For example, similar case here. Let me draw like that, and then 1000 here. It will be in the same position, I mean in the x direction. So I will go for 1000 here, and then you create the same circle. Now the third method is to select 2 points. So you can select a diameter of a circle, and then you draw the circle. So if I select this diameter, I mean if I know the diameter, if I want to draw a circle here, I mean around this, so I will select this as the easiest way. Now then 3 point. By 3 point you should specify 2 lines. I mean this one could be a short of you can select a short, and then how much length, I mean how much or where the third point is, for example this point. Then you can specify a circle like that, and by selecting the third point. Or you can also select a 3 point by which for example like that, to create the same circle as here. I mean to select, this is a short diameter, it's diameter, and if I mean short like this, so you can select either this or select like that, I mean short and then a third point. If I want to create a circle that matches those 4 circles, I mean in the x direction, I should create a line at this point, and then it should be, oh sorry, I should go for the distance, I mean 500, and then create like that. This is the first point, second point, and can specify this as the third point, and it will be the same circle. Now this option, which is to select 2 tangent line, and those 2 tangent line, you can notice that once I select a tangent line, you can notice that the green circle with a line and 3 dots. This is the first line, this is the second line. Now I'm saying that I want a circle that is tangent to these 2 lines, and now it says what radius do you want. Now my radius is 500, so I would say 500, then click enter. You will select, if you select for example another radius, let me say this 2, right? These 2 lines, and then 1000, it will create another circle. Now finally, there's one thing, one command, it's circle, but create by selecting 3 tangent line. So if you select, I want this one to be the tangent, this one to be the second tangent, this one to be the third tangent. Okay. Now if I want to select this one, and this one, you can notice that a circle is created. So you can specify a circle by selecting 3 tangent line, even if the lines are not, I mean, let me put that line, and like that, and like that. Okay. Then I say I want line tangent to this, this, and this as well. So you can create in this way, whatever. So this is to do that, you can download my template. I mean the template with the green thing. You can download it and practice to draw the circle using the 6 methods here. You can also access these methods by clicking, for example, now I'm selecting this one, which is center radius, but I can say 3p, then click enter. Now it says I should specify 3 points, this one, this one, this one. I can specify 2 short also, to specify, I mean 2 lines, so 3 points, any 3 points, and you have a circle. So again, I can select also 2 point, by selecting 2P. So I will select this and then this, for example. This is 2 points. Now again, if I click radius, and then I want, for example, to use, for example, the tangent thing. I will say T, then enter, then I will select 2 lines tangent to each other. For example, this one. Then again, for example, 500. So you can select like that. Also, you can select, for example, if I select diameter, and then I want to select sorry, I want to select, for example, tangent. You can select from here also. I mean, tangent first, tangent second, this one, then specify a radius. You can access them either from up here or down here. So this is it. Now, second thing is arc. Now, in arc, you can create arc using 3 points. Let me clear that. You can create arc using 3 points, for example 1, 2, and then the third point. Any 3 points. You can also create arc. I mean, you can create arc from. You can specify start, end, and center. Start, center, and then end. For example, this is the start, and this is the center of the circle. Then wherever you want the circle to be in, for example, here. Let me do it again, but here in this case, I don't want the thing to start from here. I want the circle, I mean the arc to start from here and in here, for example. So in order to do that, it says here hold control, then go. If you hold control, it will reverse the thing. So I can create like that. It will be the same, but if you want, for example, an arc to be drawing like that, it will be difficult to just draw it, I mean, like this, the whole circle, and then erase it. Now then start center and angle. We didn't done this. Okay. Start center, and then we can specify some angle wherever you want. An angle, for example, 90. How much the arc angle? So it's say 160, and then let's draw this one. This thing, okay. And to check this angle, I would say angle dime. Sorry, dime angle, and then select this two. Sorry, the dimension, dime scale. How much is dime scale? Let's say 550. Okay, then dime angle. To check the angle, select this one, and then let's see, it's 160. So the angle of this arc is 160. So you can go also for start and angle. It's similar, but you specify start and end, and you specify the angle. I mean the start of the, where do you want to start, where do you want to end the arc, and then how much angle do you want, like this. Okay, then similar thing, start in direction. If I want start in, then in which direction? Okay, that's it. Then start in radius, I mean start, end, and then how much the radius you want it to be, for example 5,000, how much, then you create the arc. So there is a number of also start and, so if once you determine the start, center, and end, it will be easy. as you know the radius, you know the direction, length, it will come with time. Now continue, it means it will continue from wherever you just end. For example, if I'm drawing like that, okay, like this, then I end and I say continue, it will continue from wherever I end. Then I continue the drawing, say continue again, and that's it. Now for a rectangle, I don't want to go deep, but in rectangle we can create a rectangle like that by specifying a first point and a second point, or from down to up, whatever you want. So by specifying this point and this point, you can draw a rectangle. You can draw a rectangle also using absolute coordinate. For example, it says 0, 0. Okay, so it will start at 0, 0, and I want it to end, for example, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, and then tab 10,000. So this is using absolute coordinate, or for example, using um, uh, relative coordinate. Let's say at 1,000, tab 1,000. Okay, so it will be 1,000. Sorry, this line is mistaken. Okay, so it will be like that. Now I want to say something. You can create a rectangle using this thing, for example, like that. Sorry. Okay, no problem. Go up, go like this. Let me specify a length that will be better. For example, 1,000 like that. Up 500, like this 1,000. Again, then say close. Okay. Now this is a rectangle, and this is also a rectangle. Now you can select three things by creating a rectangle: area, dimension, or rotation. Now let me say dimension, and I want my dimension to be 1,000, then 500. Okay, then create this rectangle. Also you can specify, for example, like this. You can specify, 2 points like that. Once you click a rectangle, you can say chamfer, elevation, fillet, thickness, width. I think in this we can go for width, for example, as those I want to cover them later and they are more advanced. Now width, for example, I will say 5, then enter and click. You can notice that this is the thickness, the rectangle line is 5, so while here it's 0. So this is simply the rectangle. Also you can create a polygon, and as well as what you call ellipse. So let me draw a multiple line, this one. Okay, now if I specify a center, and then from center to this point, then I can specify how much is the length of that ellipse, for example. So this is going to be the axis as I select this center and this line. Now the third point here, for example, let's say 500. So this will create an ellipse. If I select an axis, then an end. It's like a 3 point and 2 point in the circle. Here I will select an axis. This is the axis, and then how much you want. Notice that at the first I select from here to here. If you select from here to here using this command, the axis end, you will have something like that. Okay, and if you select the first one from here to here, you would have the larger ellipse. Okay, and finally you can create an elliptical arc like that. Specify the arc. This is the arc. Now you might say, what's the difference? Now I will start at this point. The difference is that you can create an arc using an elliptical arc like that. I mean, not drawing the whole shape. Let me do it again. You can specify the first point. I specify this point to be the first where I want to cut, and this point at the other point where I want to cut. Of course, in Autocad, let me show you something. If you want, for example, to create, let me show you the last command, and then I will comment something. Hatch, for example, this. If you want to specify that this is something material or something special, you can go, for example, like that, and saying this is a wall, this is something, this is a steel, a concrete, or whatever, a steel, and then specify like that. You can say, you can also adjust those from here, but I won't go on this in details. It will be more clear in the exercise. Now again, for gradient also, you can also create a gradient, a color, something to color the this area. It should be a closed area, by the way. Now, what I want to say that there's no one method to create a drawing in AutoCAD. You can draw it in multiple way. If I want to create a rectangle, I can use this command, or I can use a line, for example, creating similar thing. Now, I'm not talking about the dimension, but it will be something like that. So it will be the same if I draw it above like this by selecting these points. Oh, sorry, I have selected the wrong point. No issue, but I want to say that you can draw, you can select from these commands, you can draw the rectangle using different ways. You can use a circle in different ways. You can create the same drawing in a million number of ways. There is no correct method, or uh, whatever you want, whatever you can use, you can do it the way you want. I mean, if I want to create this thing this way and then join the lines together, or I want to use the pull line, it's just, if you select the right command, it will save your time, and it will be better because you use it in a more advanced way. I mean, you create, you avoid many steps, and you create a clear design, clear drawing without a trouble. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.